It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Taking a look at the 76ers, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And the final dance, regular season coming to a close tonight. Kenny, for those teams making the postseason, what would they need to do to get into that playoff mindset?
Preparation for a higher level. So that means kind of, what I used to do is I used to go to like these yoga Zen classes, and I just sit, and I just, Yama, 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 yama. Yama, 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 yama. And then the preparation mentally will get you there.
Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. The Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off a good outing against the Indiana Pacers. And that result, guys, was a real shock. It was just about as complete a dominant performance as we've seen them.
Well, listen, they owned the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
Now let's get a pregame report from Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who spoke moments ago with Doc Rivers. David.
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. See if they got the message. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Well, Clark, here we are in the final day of the regular season. Strange to look back and see all the surprises and changes that happened just in one season.
Well, Kevin, you know you've been around this league a long time, as have I, and the NBA is never easy to predict. You're always going to have stories that you didn't think were going to happen, surprises that catch you off guard. I mean, things can change rapidly in the course of one season.
So the Bucks win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Harrison Barnes. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Curry in at the shooting guard position.
And Rose not always focused on creating contact, but with his physical gifts, a lot of times he leaves the defense no choice.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
First free throw is good.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Both good from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Paul kicks to Saric. Simmons with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Teardrop shot. Goes back up. And Simmons with the layup.
What an incredible effort from Simmons, using his length extremely well when he's crashing the glass.
Rose against Paul. With the teardrop. And that one drops.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Here's Simmons following the score by Derrick Rose. Simmons passes to Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. Over Valanciunas. It's hauled in by Harris.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
From the baseline. Valanciunas sets a screen for Curry. The feed to Valanciunas. And it's blocked.
Boy, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
The dish to Harris. Valanciunas with a screen on Embiid. Harris kicks to Rose. Valanciunas sets a screen for Rose. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Rose has got 6 points.
And great elevation on that shot from Rose. When his jumper is falling, he becomes a nightmare to defend.
Back to Paul. From deep three-point range. But they get it back. Volch kicks to Paul. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Feeds it to Embiid. Another shot over Valanciunas. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Man, I tell you what, I love how Embiid doesn't shy away from contact. He's skilled at finding ways to get to that foul line.
And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
Well, free throw drops for Embiid.
You know, you got to love watching Embiid play the game because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
And Embiid drops them both. And Clark, is a Midwest guy, you grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they help that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early, mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
Here is Paul, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Paul goes in, and the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Paul's got his first basket of the night.
Well, I tell you what, CP3 dealing with some serious defensive heat there and just kind of shrugs it off like it's no big deal. This concentration on the jump shot, excellent.
The 76ers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Fultz, no good.
Looked like he rushed the layup to me. I mean, the defense was late on contesting that one.
Out to the wing. Simmons against Curry. It's tipped. Outside, Simmons. Here's Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Fultz has got his second basket.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
Here's Curry. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Sharch. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Valanciunas dishes to Rose. And Paul pulls it down.
And fought hard to make his way to the rim, but give the D credit, did just enough to force him to clank that one.
Now here's Embiid. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Indiana. And here is Harris. Outside Curry. On the wing, Barnes. Over Fultz. Barnes can't get it to go. Philadelphia leading by 4. Now Fultz. He had 13 points in the win against Indiana.
Yeah, excellent work on the boards that night. Always in attack mode, and that allowed him to get plenty of rebounds.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Bucks trail by 6. Outside Rose. Tipped away. Pass to Harris. Trying to get back on track. Oh, that's blocked. Paul with the ball. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. And Simmons kicks to Sharch. Passes it to Simmons. He feeds it to Paul. Embiid with the screen on Rose. Paul passes to Embiid. Over Valanciunas. Fultz. It's good on the putback. Fultz has got 6.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Curry. 20 points for him last game against Detroit. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Mark, most great defenders are at the forward positions in the league right now.
Yeah, they are, and I tell you what, boy, you talk about Klay Thompson shooting, but defensively, he is actually, he's an instructional video, what he does defensively. He's strong, he's smart, he's disciplined, and he has tremendous lateral quickness. I don't know if there's a better defender at the wing position than Klay Thompson. I know Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is in the conversation, Tony Allen, but Klay Thompson gets my #1 vote.
The first one falls.
What a family of shooters the Currys are. Dell, Seth, Steph, they can all shoot the lights out, but if they have a family three-point contest, I think I'd have to go with this man here. I think I'm going with Steph.
And both free throws good for Curry. Philadelphia leading by 6. Paul kicks to Fultz. Sharch with the screen for Fultz. Embiid with the screen on Rose. Sharch outside. Here's Embiid. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Bucks trail by 8. Rose kicks to Curry. Valanciunas sets a screen for Curry. Bangs home the trifecta. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Now here's Paul over Rose. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And the 76ers lead by 7. Curry kicks to Harris. Valanciunas sets a screen for Barnes. He used that pick just right. Barnes has got his first points of the game.
Barnes is so skilled at gaining separation off the screen. Difficult to guard when he gets the pick.
Embiid against Valanciunas. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And guys, the big fellas don't always capture the fans' imagination. But Clark, having that charisma makes a difference, and Joel Embiid has plenty of that.
Yes, he does. Charming and funny. I mean, from his love of Shirley Temples to his aspiration of learning to be a point guard, you never know quite what's going to come out of Joel's mouth. And he's enjoying social media, too.
What's up?
You got to be careful there, though.
You're right. The free throw drops for Embiid. Bucks trail by 8. Whitehead passes to Young. Here's Whitehead. A floater. Rebounded by Holmes.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen. Got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Here's Luwawu. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Outside, Bogdanovich. Over to the left wing. With some arc. No good that time. Good D by Embiid. Embiid with a screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Knox. And Embiid throws it down.
And this is what you get with Embiid. A real scrapper, even though he's a big, skilled, talented guy. He's an energy guy as well.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
Here's Whitehead. His last outing, he had 8 points. Bogdanovich dishes to Bryant. And Embiid with the block.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
Screen by Young. Here's Bogdanovich. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
That was Thaddeus Young getting in the way of the defense there. Really solidly done on the screen.
Embiid the screen. Here's Luwawu, and the three ball is good. Luwalu's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Well, guys, nobody's boxing out. I mean, I could go out there and get an offensive rebound. They're just watching. And if you're the coaching staff, that's unacceptable.
Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. And the 76ers making a change here. Simmons is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The 76ers leading by 9. Pass to Holmes. Here's Luwawu. Philadelphia moving the ball around. There's the pass to Knox. It's stolen by Bryant. And here's the fast break. Bryant leading the way. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. Two top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
Bazemore misses.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And that one, good.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Whitehead. 5 on the clock. Screen by Young. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Whitehead's got his first bucket in this one.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Holmes, that's a screen. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You just have to be more careful with Simmons. I mean, he's absolutely brilliant at keeping the defense off balance.
For Philadelphia, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Gentlemen, and Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
The first free throw is good.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
He's perfect from the line this time. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Screen by Young. This is to Bazemore from beyond the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. To the right side. Another miss by Philadelphia. Bucks trail by 11. Here's Whitehead. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The shot's good. Whitehead's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And guys, it's going to take something very good from the D to stop him from that range. And that was not going to get it done.
They set the pick. Kicks to Simmons. Over Young. An amazing shot.
are ever going to see.
And guys, he wanted it. He desperately was begging for that ball and was dying to take that shot.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for Philadelphia. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back to the action after this word. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
On the court for the Bucks, Bryant is out there with Young. Then there's Kent Bazemore, and it's Whitehead in at the point. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams, had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes, and we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Bryant. The 76ers shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. To Holmes. Holmes, that's a screen. Outside, Simmons. Just 5 on the clock. A 3-ball. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now, here's Bazemore. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Passes it to Whitehead. Tries a 3. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Now, here's Holmes. He had 10 points in the win against Indiana. Holmes, that's a screen. Rebound, Milwaukee. Bogdanovich wide open. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. An even 3-on-3 break. The pass to Knox. Back to Simmons. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Luwawu doesn't go that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. Here's Whitehead. He has 7. Misses from short range.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The 76ers with another miss.
Has not made another three since the one he drilled in the first, but still, you got to defend him from beyond the arc.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Shoots from 14. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Holmes got his third rebound tonight. The feed to Simmons. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
That's what you call being a master of your craft from Simmons. I mean, fooled the entire defense in the paint there.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
And that one misses. Both teams will make substitutions. And he can't hit the second. Bucks trail by 12. The kick out to Barnes. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
You know, Barnes is a good shooter from deep, Kevin. I mean, when he's in rhythm, he's dangerous from out there.
There's a good screen. Paul kicks to Sharch. Holmes, that's a screen. They need this one, and the layup is up and in. Sharch has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against him right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. Now here's Rose. He's got 6. Some solid D from Paul.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
Embiid with a screen on Rose. The dish now to Fultz. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Bucks trail by 11. Curry with him. Now guarded by Simmons. Curry against Simmons. And the Bucks miss again. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Fultz the pass to Simmons. Over Rose. No good from Simmons. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And there's Rose on the assist by Curry. Rose has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Milwaukee. Paul dishes to Fultz. Back to Paul. Fires from the wing. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Sharch outside. He dishes it to Paul. Screen by Sharch. Fultz kicks to Simmons. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists tonight.
And Embiid is H-E efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
The 76ers leading by 9. Fultz with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Rejection by Valanciunas. Simmons against Curry. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Got that one up quick. 6 points for Dario Saric.
And Simmons is just the total package. I mean, a player that can really dish it to his teammate.
Here's Curry. Simmons with the defensive effort. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Left side, Saric got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That free throw missing. And the NBA has a concerted effort to lower the amount of back-to-back games for the players. Clark, should they stretch out the season even further?
No, the ideal solution, Kevin, would be to reduce the number of games, to cut a month off the season. That would be the way to get to where we need to get to. The season should be 66 to 70 games. It should be spaced out over a 6-month period. And if you cut 12 to 16 games, then you would be able to actually get fewer number of back-to-back. Stretching the season out longer, to me, is not the answer. Reducing the number of games would be the best way to get to the solution. But that toothpaste is out of the tube, and I don't know if we can ever get it back in.
Agreed. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Over Valanciunas. Embiid, no good.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
A drive by Barnes. Lays it up off the glass. Barnes has got 7.
Can't allow Barnes that kind of good position in the post, because once he has it, it's dinner time. One of the things that every great player has to have is a tremendous work ethic, and Harrison Barnes has a reputation of being an outstanding worker. He wants to be special, and he's willing to put the time in to give it a chance to happen.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Barnes. 7 points in the game. It's deflected.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz, and I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
And Clark, another thing with Barnes, he's very clear-sighted on the areas he needs to improve on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I mean, at times he can be pretty hard on himself. That's part of how you get better. Irrational self-confidence, pretty common in this league. That's not HB, though. I mean, he's more cerebral, and his desire is what balances it all out for him.
Now Simmons, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Paul with the ball, picked up by Harris. Paul kicks to Embiid. Offline with his 3. Bucks trail by 9. Now here is Harris. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Rose, no good.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Fultz the pass to Embiid. Kicks it out to Paul. At 6. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now here's Rose. 9 points last game out. Harris inside, covered by Sharch, 11 feet away. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Harris.
Man, you like this intelligence he plays with. You got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
And that one is good. 9 points for Chris Paul.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Deflects the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Ryan is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Young comes in for Harris. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Derrick Rose. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Curry.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Bazemore on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Screen by Young. Off the screen. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Hey, you almost can get an assist when you set a screen like that one Thaddeus Young did, because the screen was so good, the shot was easy for his teammate.
Now here's Sharch. He's got 8. Embiid the screen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Bogdanovich dishes to Bazemore. Over Fultz. And another basket for Milwaukee. The shot misses. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Philadelphia ahead, up 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, hot start, cool finish. What happened out there?
Well, we came out with a lot of energy, but in the second quarter it died down a little bit. You know, it's real. Everybody's very excited. You know, our team's excited, their team's excited, officials excited, you know what I mean? So we just got to calm down and play a little bit.
And I'm excited. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was Joel Embiid who got hot in the first. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. The 76ers leading by 4. Ball out there with Fultz. Then there's Embiid. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Saric in at the 4 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. And Embiid gets it to go.
Really like seeing Embiid exert his will, be assertive here. I mean, getting whatever shot he wants inside.
Here's Rose. Off the left rim and out.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Now here's Paul. To the paint, and stolen by Harris.
Active hands prevented an easy bucket that time.
Right side Rose. And here's Valanciunas. He kicks it to Curry. And he's good on the 3-ball. Curry's got 18 points.
Man, I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Now here's Simmons. 76ers have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Over in the corner, Rose. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. He's got 10.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Fultz kicks to Embiid. Ball against Rose. Pulls from the top of the key. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And that's 11 points for Chris Paul.
Good things just happen when Chris Paul's on the court. Leadership, talent, savvy, awareness. I mean, whether he's dropping dimes or knocking down jumpers, he's productive.
Now here is Harris. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Fultz. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Fultz, the pass to Saric. 6 to shoot. And Simmons kicks to Fultz. Offensive rebound. Here's Embiid. And at last, they get one to fall.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Now, here's Valanciunas. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Philadelphia leading by 5.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Here's Curry. 18 points for him. Harris setting the pick for Curry. Feeds it to Harris. Over Saric. No good off the back of the rim.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Timeout called the Bucks. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Curry kicks to Rose. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And the basket by Harris.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now here's Paul. 11 points in the game. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Paul can't get that one to fall. Bucks trail by 8. Harris outside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Saric. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the 76ers?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
That's good from Harris. Drops them both. Al Paul. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. He feeds it to Embiid. There's the pick. Screen by Saric. And again, it's Joel Embiid. Embiid's got 11 points in the quarter.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
They double-team Curry. Rose dishes to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
The 76ers leading by 6. Simmons left side. No, it doesn't go. His 4th miss in 8 attempts. Barnes outside. Curry passes to Valanciunas. Back to Curry. Five on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Now here's Embiid. He's got 24. Pass to Fultz. Fires it up. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Bucks trail by 6. Barnes kicks to Rose. Over Paul. That one's not going to go. Fultz with the ball. He's got 6. Pass to Paul. Dishes to Simmons. Over Valanciunas. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Paul against Rose. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. A different look for Milwaukee. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Derrick Rose. On defense, Philadelphia. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And the Bucks miss again. The 76ers leading by 6. 3-pointer. Milwaukee with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Harris kicks to Curry. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. Ring shot on the way. Rebound by the 76ers.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Knox the pass to Fultz. Six to shoot. Teardrop shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Fultz has got 8 points.
And, you know, even when you D him up, Kevin, Fultz still powers through that defense, especially when he's this close to the rim.
Curry kicks to Harris. Valanciunas with a screen on Embiid. Harris dishes to Valanciunas. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes to Knox. 76ers moving the ball around. Holmes kicks to Embiid. Turnaround Jay. The shot, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Outside, Bogdanovich. Screened by Valanciunas. Bazemore for 3. New 24 for Milwaukee. That one falls. Valanciunas has got his 2nd basket of the night.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 8. Shoots. Valanciunas grabs the board. Bucks trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They set the pick. Here's Bazemore. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time. Embiid with a screen on Curry.
inside, and Embiid gets it to go. Embiid's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one. The pass to Holmes. Knox the pass to Fultz. Here's Embiid over Valanciunas. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And at 250 lbs, Embiid is a terror inside, using that large frame to draw those fouls.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. The first one falls.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Luwawu is checked in for the 76ers. And then for Milwaukee, Ryan is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Young comes in for Harris. And it's Whitehead in for Steph Curry. And Embiid drops them both. Bucks trail by 5. Now here's Bazemore. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Bucks.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended three-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
Shoot 2.
A free throw dropped for Bazemore. No good on the second free throw.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Pass to Knox, and here is Holmes. Kicks it to Embiid. Pass to Holmes, and Holmes throws it down.
And Embiid has an excellent feel for the game, including how and when to pass the ball.
And here's Bazemore. He's got 5. Outside Bryant. There's the feed to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Whitehead. And the shot is long. 1:15 left in the third quarter of the game. Now the dish to Embiid. 76ers moving the ball around. Pass to Luwawu. Embiid the screen. Sinks the triple. And now a 9-point 76ers lead.
Boy, I like how Embiid gives himself up for his teammates, sacrificing his body so they can get good shots.
There's Whitehead. 7 points in the game. Seconds left to play in the third. Outside Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The 76ers leading by 9. Passes it to Knox. And there's the pass to Holmes. Here's Luwawu. 6 points for him. Pass to Knox from past the arc. Bryant with the rebound. Here's Whitehead. In the corner, Bazemore with it. And again, the Bucks miss. And so it's Philadelphia in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Hey guys, I told you, one bucket at a time, all right? One bucket at a time and extra passes. Extra passes. Let's go, baby.
Doc Rivers keeping his guys focused on the moment, trying to maximize the results of each possession.
Yeah, and there's no value in getting too far ahead of yourself. Just run the offense the way it was designed and just look for good shots each possession.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Young out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Derrick Rose. And there's Bryant. And it's Bazemore at shooting guard. Philadelphia leading by 9. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Embiid. Embiid the screen. Knox the pass to Luwawu. He's covered by Rose. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Outside Bogdanovich. And the rejection by Embiid. Back to Bazemore. Tries a three. Trains the three-pointer. And here are the 76ers now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Holmes, that's a screen. Embiid with a screen on Rose. Passes it to Holmes. Just 5 on the clock. And Embiid gets it to go. Embiid's got 17 points here in the second half. Screen by Young. Bazemore for 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding. Holmes, that's a screen. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Holmes kicks to Embiid. Fires for 3. Philadelphia getting another chance here. Yep, that one goes.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Now, here's Bazemore. Outside Bryant. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Bryant with a screen for Bogdanovich. It's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Offensive rebound, Bucks. Outside Rose. He kicks it to Bryant. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Rose. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Bryant up top. Feeds to Bazemore. Screen by Young. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Barnes, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And he's good on the second.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Fultz with a screen for Paul. He feeds it to Fultz. Embiid with a screen on Bryant. Saric, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the 76ers lead by 15. Barnes outside. Bryant with a screen for Barnes. Goes up on the high post, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
And Saric kicks to Fultz. Bryant comes with the double team. Embiid dishes to Saric. Simmons against Barnes. And that one's good. Simmons.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Now here's Rose over Paul. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. The 76ers leading by 13. Saric outside. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Bryant comes with the double team. Embiid kicks to Fultz. And it's the Bucks on the break. From 13, Derrick Rose again.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Fultz the pass to Paul. Over Rose. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Bucks trail by 11. Dishes it to Bazemore. Simmons against Rose. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Embiid. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Rose. And some changes here for the Bucks. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bryant. Harris comes in for Young. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Kent Bazemore. And both free throws good for Rose. The 76ers leading by 9. Paul outside, kicks to Simmons. Holmes, that's a screen. And there's Fultz on the assist by Simmons. Simmons got assist number 8 here in this one already. Bucks have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. There's the pick. Curry dishes to Valanciunas. Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
And Philadelphia making a change here.
One shot.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
Now here's Paul. Now the feed to Simmons. There's the triple. Paul missing again.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Rose against Paul. The dish to Curry. From 17 feet out, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. In the corner, Simmons with it. Here's Sharge. Rebound, Milwaukee. Valanciunas has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Harris kicks to Rose. Barnes screen on Simmons. Curry with another miss.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Simmons. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 17 points for Ben Simmons. And taken away by Paul. To the inside. And Simmons slams it in.
And how about the connection Simmons has with his guys? Once the lob is on its way, you know he's going to finish in style.
Now here's Curry. Now the pass to Rose. Harris setting the pick for Rose. Pass to Valanciunas. 6 on the shot clock. Drops it in from 11 feet. Valanciunas has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Pass to Knox. And Simmons kicks to Fultz. Charge a screen on Curry. Paul with the 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Valanciunas has got rebound number 13 with that last one.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
Now here's Curry. It's stolen by Fultz. Outside, Simmons. Score the basket is 8 for 13 from the floor.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Curry passes to Harris. Screened by Valanciunas. Barnes right side. Over Fultz. Offensive rebound. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Valanciunas.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Paul can't get that one to fall.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around. Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
3-1. One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Barnes.
And, you know, Harrison Barnes is an effective two-way player, becoming better every day on offense and can defend multiple positions as well.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Sharge. Over Harris. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Curry against Simmons. Here's Harris. Some solid defense from Saric. Philadelphia leading by 8. Shoots from 14. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls. Fultz has got 5 points now in the quarter. Milwaukee has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Rose. He dishes it to Harris. And the Bucks miss again. And for the 76ers, they're shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. And Simmons slams it in.
And really, Simmons makes it look elementary, simple. I mean, the way he attacks defenses from multiple angles is hard to deal with if you're defending.
Curry against Simmons. Valanciunas with a screen on Paul. Rose kicks to Harris. Shoots from the baseline. Harris missing again. Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
Definitely, and they haven't faced much resistance.
Paul dishes to Simmons. Over Barnes. That one wide left.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one. And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be.
This was an excellent all-around performance for the 76ers.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win. And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Joel Embiid.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Now here's Simmons. Simmons missing again. Rose with the ball. Chris Paul covering. 2 points. That one goes.
Boy, Curry is so creative and efficient, and when he gets hot and gets going, he rains down points and baskets on the defense.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Well, they've got to be pleased with the effort they've seen so far tonight. Everybody pitching in for what looks to be a solid W.
Now here's Rose. Now Paul. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks with Chris Paul. The playoffs are dead ahead. What are the areas of emphasis as you get yourselves ready?
Keep defending, playing at the right pace, and trying to make this a tough place to play. We really need our crowd and this energy, and we really feed off of them. But just trying to get ready game by game.
You're putting some good wins together, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.
Picked up a pen and I wrote my way out. I really wrote my way up out of 6E. Developed relationships with fiends. I know they miss me. Before the Metro cars, it was tokens. I did the 10 speed. Never had wrote a rhyme in my life. What was a 16 and 16? Arrested in housing. Trip to the mountains. Came right back. Trapping off couches. Watching for mouses. Only tools we was close with. Had it spot. The haters just confusion. Pay attention how them jokes switch. Theodora was my favorite. The Mark Buchanan's mama couldn't afford them. I learned everything on the border. That's a big 8. Parties with no mixtape. Bumblebee tuna, now we could get steak. I persevered. Composition, I kept it close. Competition near. I'm a Spartan without the spear. 300 rounds, it was written before I wrote it. Opportunity knocking, might miss it, that window closing. This poetry in motion, I'm a poet. When the world turned its back on me, I was up against the wall. had no foundation, no friends or no family to catch my fall. Running on empty, there was nothing left in there but doubt. I picked up a pen and I wrote my way out.
High speed dubbing these rhymes in my dual cassette deck. Running out of time like I'm Jonathan Lawson's rent check. My mind is where the wild things are. Maurice Sendak. In withdrawal, I want it all. Please give me that pen back, y'all. I caught my first light from the other kids when I was caught reading. Oh, you think you smart? Pops tried in vain to get me to fight back. Sister tapped my brain, said, psh, you'll get him right back. Oversensitive, defenseless, I made sense of it. A pencil in the lengths to which I'd go to learn my strengths. And these sentences are endless, so what if they leave me friendless? You got no chill. You're right, I'm relentless. I know Abuela's never really gonna win the lottery, so it's up to me to draw with this pen and artery. This Puerto Rican through the speakers, and if he can be the shining beacon, this side of the GWB, and shine a light when it's gray out. I wrote my way out.
Oh, I was born in the eye of the storm. No loving arms to keep me warm. This hurricane in my brain is the burden I bear. I can do without, I'm here. Cause I wrote my way out.
Picked up the pen like Hamilton.
I wrote my way out of the black, wrote my way out of the project.
Picked up the pen like Hamilton.
I wrote my way out of the black, wrote my way out of the project.
Picked up the pen like Hamilton. I wrote my way out.
Feel your eyes, they all over me. Don't be shy, take control of me. Get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Baby girl, you give me 10 ton of fatness, give me some of that. Thinks with the badness, look how she at. Shape like a death, but I just that. It's a good piece of mentals under the cap. Mama love how you chat. Watching every step of the paper, the way you got. Staying in my brain, memory not detached. Mainly my aim is to give it this love. If not, dig the way you move. Let me acknowledge the way you do. Then I would not lie, baby. You, baby, I'm like God. It's how hypnotic the way you move. That's why I wanted to get to you. And I would not like a baby. You moves how hypnotic.
No lie,
girl, you never meant to.
feel your eyes, they all over me. Don't be shy, take control of me. Get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight. No lie,
preferred. You deserve it, so don't be scared. It's hypnotic the way you move. Let me acknowledge the way you do. Then I would not lie, baby. You beat me up like Scotty. It's so hypnotic the way you move. That's why I wanted to get to you. And I would not like a baby. You move so hypnotic.
No lie, feel your eyes, they all over me. Don't be shy, take control of me. Get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight. No lie, hypnotize, pull another one, it's alright. I know what you want, get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight. No lie, no lie, no lie, it's gonna be lit tonight. No
Shake that body, let me see you just do it, get him 100%. Move that body, let me see you just do it, girl, go and represent. Shake that body, let me see you just do it to the fullest extent. Move that body, let me see you just do it, girl, you're magnificent.
Feel your eyes, they all over me. Don't be shy, take control of me. Get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight. No lie, hypnotize, pull another one, it's alright. I know what you want, get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight. No lie, seems how we do it. No lie, so we do it. No lie, seems how we do it. It's gonna be lit tonight. No lie, seems how we do it. No lie, so we do it. No lie, seems how we do it. It's gonna be lit tonight. No lie.
Just as nobody else got something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come here with me. I want for you to go. Only don't worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow. This feeling's too intense, we can't ignore it. Forget all common sense. You're my rush of